So what we're going to talk about today is three things. What makes a great mission statement? We're going to spend a little bit of time on that. We're going to spend the bulk of the time on developing a great mission statement. So what does it take to develop a great mission statement? And then I'm going to give you lots of samples and examples to give you an idea and hopefully spark some thought into how to really create a wonderful mission statement. So let's start with what makes it great. I believe the best mission statements are simple and real. There's a word that I've been hearing a lot, authentic. I think authentic is a fantastic word that gives you a sense of what it is you're trying to do with a mission statement. So simple, real, authentic. I'm going to give you some great examples on that as we go through the samples. Probably the biggest thing you can do to make a great mission statement is link it to your passion. I'm going to talk a lot about how to do that and some of the key questions that you can think about as a passionate entrepreneur, but link the mission statement to your passion. If you're a passion-driven, purpose-driven entrepreneur, change the world type entrepreneur, this shouldn't be very hard. In fact, what I typically see when I'm coaching entrepreneurs is the entrepreneur, a lot of times they'll say, you know what, it's not about me. I don't want this to be so much about me. I would submit in this day and age where we've got Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, people want it to be about you. They want to know who you are emotionally. They want to know the questions like, why did you start this business? Why should I buy from you? And I honestly believe people buy from people they like. You've heard that a lot, I'm sure. But I honestly believe that truism, that people buy from people they like. So allow that emotion to flow into your mission statement, and I think it'll pay dividends. Give yourself permission to lead with your passion, and as long as you're coming at it from the right frame of mind and the right motivation, you won't come across as fake. I guarantee you. You'll come across as someone who's passionate about what they're doing, and people really want to buy from that passionate entrepreneur. I can tell you that. The third thing about what makes a mission statement great is it has legs. What I mean by that is it can last a while. Now, while you're revisioning your mission statement the first 12, 18 months, you want to stay consistent. You don't want to blow it up unless someone buys you or you've taken a right turn in terms of what you offer or the marketplace really drives you in a new direction. You want to really think about your mission statement being broad enough, not too broad, but broad enough to allow you to have some legs for it to last for a while. A mission statement, I believe, is core to good marketing. And as anyone will tell you, good marketing is like beating a bass drum. The more you beat the bass drum, consistent rhythm, the more it's out there, boom, 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 the more that bass drum beat goes on and it's consistent and it's not changing the timbre and it's not changing the rhythm or the cadence, the easier it is for people to get it. And when they hear that cadence and they hear that rhythm of that bass drum beat, they recognize it's you. So that's a simple analogy to talk about how you really want to build a brand. And I do believe that mission statements are excellent at building brands. So make sure it has legs, make sure it can last for a while. And going back to my earlier statement about it's about what the company does, not what it offers. What you do might be to help a customer X, do X. That's different than we offer this service. If you start with we offer this service, then you're really limiting your mission statement, you're limiting your company's growth, and it's going to have to change every time you offer a new service or you grow your company. I also believe that great mission statements can become a mantra, and I'm going to give you lots of examples on this, but the mantra is that one thing that the leader, you, the CEO, the passionate entrepreneur, can stand up and say over and over and over again, and a mantra is something that people can repeat to you. I just interviewed a guy named John Spence this week. He wrote a great book called Awesomely Simple. He spent a lot of time in corporate America, and one of the first things he does when he goes in to consult with corporations, big corporations, is he asks the first 10 people he sees, what is the mission and the vision of the company? And a lot of times he gets different answers. Most of the time he told me on the interview that he gets different answers from all 10 people, and they're so widely divergent, it's just amazing. The beautiful thing about a mantra is it's something people can remember. It's something people can repeat. It's something that you can say over and over and over as the leader that will then kind of embed itself in the brain of your employees, key stakeholders, customers. It gives them something to really hang on to that I think is pretty powerful. So we're going to give you some examples of that. Okay, so that, in my opinion, those are the things that make a great mission statement. Let's dive in and talk about developing a mission statement. And I want to get to the examples of this because I think it'll give you a lot of insight. But first, let's talk about some of the core things to remember when you're developing a mission statement. First one is version 1.0. Version 1.0 I use quite a lot because basically it gives you permission to jump in. Microsoft is an excellent example of version 1.0. They jump in quite a lot with software that's not quite done. It's 90% there. And then they take the feedback from the customer. The loudest screams get the most, attention. So jump in with version 1.0. Beat up your mission statement internally. Make sure you've got good buy-in internally and with some key stakeholders, your board, key customers, etc. And then put it out in the market. And then ask for feedback. In the first 12, 18 months, as you're really tweaking it and designing it, ask for feedback, but don't be afraid to jump in with version 1.0. There's also a process I'm going to introduce today, and I would encourage you to follow the process. If you ask yourself some key questions, if you get in the room with your key stakeholders, if you take a half a day or a day at your strategic planning retreat, which you should be doing every 6 months, and really talk about the mission, especially if you're a new company or if you're revising your mission statement, follow this process and I think you'll be fine. I can tell you that I've done several strategic retreats where I've dusted off the mission statement that nobody had really looked at in the last 5 years and went deep into it and asked some of these questions that I'll be sharing with you, and the mission statement ended up changing. And people were blown away by the power that came out of that session of having a mission statement that they could use as a mantra and really being able to drive it forward from that standpoint. So I would totally encourage you to follow this process, and I think you'll really see some benefit. Next, in terms of development, is once you have your version 1.0 mission statement, or once you feel like you're almost close to a version 1.0, simplify. Most of the time, a mission statement might be 2 sentences, let's say 30 words, a lot of description. I can tell you that 9 times out of 10, when we've gone through this process, we've been able to eliminate 30-40% of the words, eliminate little words and but, and little descriptor words that are just there for fluff. Get all the fluff out. I'm going to show you a 14-15 word mission statement that I think is very, very powerful. It doesn't have to be a lot. In fact, the simpler, the better. Another thing you can do in the development of a great mission statement is keep asking why. And what I mean by the word why, I think why is a very powerful word, especially for CEOs, especially for the leaders. Why are we doing this? Why that word? Why is it that broad? Why is it that specific? Why should my customer care? Why should my board care about this mission statement? Why should employees get on board with this? Why is a fantastic question to ask as you're developing a mission statement, and it's a fantastic question in general as a leader. But keep asking why over and over and over. If you're not good at that, designate someone to be the contrarian to really mine for conflict on the mission statement. Keep asking why over and over and over. Why.